Hey, I'm Dan Huber with Dan Huber Training, and we're going to continue to work off of the side mount position that we've been working in. Today I'm here with Eric again, and we just got done with a training session. We're all sweaty, but we're going to show you this next move in the series from side mount. So Eric, go ahead and lay down for me. When we're here in side mount, again, I don't want this man to be able to get back to his guard. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this bottom knee right in his hip. I'm going to put the top knee in his armpit. Okay? I isolate this arm by driving my elbow into the side of his head. Now the first move that we learned in this series is called an Americana. I grab on top of his wrist, go underneath the bicep, and grab on top of my own wrist. To finish this move, I paint his fingers back to his hip and then elevate his elbow. When I do, you see he has to tap me because it puts a lot of pressure on the shoulder. Okay? The next move that we did in this series is called a straight arm bar. This is if your opponent knows about the Americana, he straightens his arm out to fight that pressure. So when he does, what I do is I switch over to my bicep and then I push down on his wrist, extending the elbow past its joint capacity. Now, we're going to continue. Now let's say we're pushing down here and this guy just doesn't want to tap. He wiggles down and puts his hand down by his hip. He puts his hand down by his hip. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab on top of his hand. I'm going to grab on top of his hand. I put my other elbow right by his elbow. I put his arm on top of my arm, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to rev the engine. This is called a motorcycle Kimura. I'm going to make a motorcycle rev, and then I push his joint straight. As you can see, it's hyperextending the elbow. Very similar to the straight arm bar that we did, but now we're pushing it in a sideways position here. Okay? So one more time all the way through. I get him down here and I get in the Americana. He straightens the arm, boom, we switch it to a straight arm bar. He puts it down, now I'm going to have to switch. Now the hand that's closest to his hip is going to grab on top. And then this hand is going to go down, my elbow right behind his elbow. I put his arm on top, rev the engine, and straighten out the arm. And you can see you'll get a tap from the pressure against the elbow. Continue with us. We're going to learn a whole bunch of different submissions, some different striking techniques, and stay tuned for next week.